Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to be going over my trading today, how I made a little bit over $24,000 in about an hour and a half, and just going to be walking you guys through why I took each trade, the reasoning. Every single trade I took was shared live. I gave my entry, my stop loss, my target, my thoughts, everything you could think of during before each trade, during it, everything. So I'm gonna be just a little bit more in detail though. It's basically just explaining why I took each trade and my thoughts behind each one. So let's go ahead and get started. So every single day before the market opens, if I'm gonna trade it, I always have to make a pre-market plan and I always have to chart my levels. The main levels I chart are the previous day close, so basically where the futures market closed, yesterday. The previous day high, basically the high of yesterday. The overnight high, since we trade futures, the overnight low and high matter a lot. And then any very important resistance or supports that, I think are necessary to have. You could think of it as supply, demand, support, resistance. It's all the same shit. So any really important key levels from yesterday, the day before, the week, the month, whatever. If you think they're really important and that they're going to be useful for the day, you should probably want to chart them on your chart. Just so if they go there, you kind of know what to expect. Okay, so let's get started. So I charted these four levels, and then that's part one of the routine. Part two is making a little plan. Every single day you want to go in with a plan. You don't want to just wake up, roll out of bed, and just go to your computer. It may work sometimes. Most of the times it won't. So usually before the market opens, you want to have some sort of plan. If it comes back down to here, I'm gonna buy. If it goes down here, I'm gonna sell. Something of that sort. So my plan for today was very simple. If the market goes, so we dipped kind of pretty hard from 20,000, almost 1,600 points, 1,500 points, whatever. We made a little bottom here at 560. You can kind of see here how it held this 600 area, and we started moving back up. So our first target when we're moving back up is going to be somewhere around this 900 to 19,000 area, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to buy all the way up here. If it could come back down to this level right here around 700, I would be interested in buying, right? If it could come back down to this area where like previous support turn resistance, previous resistance and support, that type of thing. So if we could come down to this previous, resistance area that we rejected before and we broke through this time, we could come back down to it. I would be looking to buy this and sell somewhere up here. Obviously, this is a much larger time frame, but I wouldn't be looking to sell up here, obviously. But I'm just thinking if it could come back down to here, I would be looking to buy here with like a stop loss somewhere like 680, 660, whatever, somewhere a little bit here. Just buy around this like here, buy around this line. And target, basically where we're at right now, or maybe even a lot higher. It just depends on what time frame you're trading. So I was looking for a dip off the bat, right, off the market open. We rejected really quickly off a really big resistance level I already had, which I kind of expected, but I don't trade the first 5-10 minutes. So remember the main thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for the market to come back down so I could buy, so I could go in long, so I could bet up. The market did give me that. So we had the previous day high here, the level, remember, that we charted before the market opened, and it was a strong support level, and it came back down to it. And remember, I wanted to buy dips near 700 to 730. So it came back down here, it wicked up, it held, I bought, and then, so I bought my first half just because it's kind of risky, buying when it's straight down. After I saw that it held and it wicked right here, I bought my second half, and I was basically just targeting somewhere around these highs, because if we could kind of hold this, we get a quick, dip off the open, we could kind of reverse, like possibly all the way back up. But so yeah, I bought half size 730, and then I bought it again, and then my stop loss was somewhere around 715. So I was risking about like 15 points, somewhere near these candles under it, and I was targeting 760 with potentially 790. So I was targeting somewhere where this wick was, so somewhere around 760 to 770, basically where we rejected again, right? And then the rest I was targeting 790. I just bought it, put my stop loss here, and the trade worked. Uh, pretty simple. I sold my first half, I believe, around 70. Yes, so I sold my first half 70. It came back down here. Looking back at it, I should have added back here, but I was already in my position. So I didn't add. My position back, but I still have half my position open. So ran back up. I was like, okay, perfect. Now we're gonna take these highs down, and we're gonna explode higher. I said, no. The market came back down. At this point, I'm looking to buy more, right? Because we made this first low and we held it, so I know this is a pretty strong bottom. I'm looking to add back into my position, basically add to my winner. You always hear this, right? People they say add to your winner. This is kind of what they mean. Once you have a winning position and you know you're right and it's moving in your direction, and you get a dip that you would normally buy, because you're earning your position, don't let that stop you from buying more or adding into your winner. It's scaling in. Just like how people scale out, sometimes you also need to scale in. So I saw these multiple wicks. We had this 50 area where kind of like this support area right here. So I was looking at 54, 55, 57, these areas. So I added back at 54 near these 3 wicks right here. I just put a limit order, got filled, and it just exploded up. So I sold. It kind of just exploded up, right? I said over 84, this blows up. 84 came basically because we rejected here. It blew up, and I'm looking at my fills right now. So, yeah, and I basically just sold most of it somewhere here. I sold half here at this pot. At this important 85 area, and then the second half I got stopped out a little bit, like a 64, 65, somewhere here, for some profits. I could have sold for a lot more, but it's whatever. Next trade, so that was the first trade. I bought here, sold here, I bought more here, and then I sold here, and then I sold here as well. So that was the first trade, basically from here to here, and then from here to here. My maximum profit was somewhere here. Just to recap this trade really quickly, I was just looking for a dip, got the dip, stop loss was there, never went, and the market moved in my favor. There's not really much to it, all because I was looking for longs before the market opened, and it dipped down to a level I already had, and it was slowing down a lot with multiple wicks, so that gave me the confidence to buy, because wicks equals like prices defending that area, the 730 area. Next trade I had was I shorted this 815 area. So I have a super strong resistance at 820. We go off the open, we reject off really quickly. We test 800 one more time, 805. We come here, we reject. So I'm like, okay, at this point I'm thinking there's a lot of sellers between 800 to 820, and I already have them on my chart. I already have the 820 resistance. We rejected off the open, rejected again. I'm thinking, okay, if it goes there again, I'm probably gonna short with a stop loss a little bit above the highs. I short, and I'm targeting 760, 750, basically right back where we bounced. I'm not gonna sell for 10 points. You need to realize when you have a good trade, you need to let it play out. So I took it, and right away I was like, okay, I'm targeting somewhere here with a potential move all the way down here, basically where we're bouncing. I didn't think we'd go all the way down here, I'm gonna be honest, but I basically shorted it here with a stop just because we were rejecting multiple times. So I'm thinking, okay, we're kind of stuck in a little bit between of a range, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just gonna buy the bottom and sell the top, and short the top and buy the bottom. Kind of a repetitive strategy. So I shorted here, and I covered somewhere at let me check. I covered at 50. So I was targeting 65 initially, so somewhere in this area. I was being a little bit more conservative, but the market started flushing down extremely fast, as you guys could see. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some sort of trailing stop at 50. If it keeps going down, great. If it starts coming back up, I'm gonna take my profits and run. So it went down all the way to 730, but when it started coming back up, I just closed my position at 750, and then 748 was my other half, basically 750. Basically where we bounced. I figured we'd bounce somewhere in this area, and that was about 60 to 65 points profit, and I was only risking like 6 points, right? Next trade I have, so at this point I'm thinking, okay, we bounce up, down, up, down, up, down. Next trade, I tried buying this 730 here, basically where we were bouncing, just because I saw this wick, I saw price, this candle stay in this candle's range. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to buy 730, 725 with a stop loss at like 710. Literally the same second I buy, the candle flushes down and stops me out. I'm like, all right, unfortunate. But right after that happens, this candle comes up, and I start seeing some buyers pop out at the 700 area. But remember, off the open, I'm looking to get long off the 700 area. Like you cannot forget that. So before the open even opens, I'm looking at the bigger time frame, and I'm like, okay, I want to buy the 700 area so I could go along and shoot for all the way up. I don't care about it going all the way up as much as I care about getting a good entry with a small stop loss. That's what's important, because the stop loss is all you can control. You can't control where the market goes, but you can control when you enter and when you could exit, like stop loss wise. So after I got stopped out at 710 and it didn't keep going down, I realized I just had a bad entry here. I'm not wrong. I just realized I had a bad entry since the market started, wicking at 700 again. So I got stopped out right here, 710, and the market wicked like 3 times. So I bought 710, but only about half position size, so 50%. And then I waited for the market, to kind of confirm that, hey, this will be the bottom and we're gonna move back up. After this candle happened, I bought, after this wick happened, this red candle, and we didn't move any more down, I bought back a 700. So after we wicked up and we started moving back up, I bought a 700, and my stop loss was now at this candle's low. Looking back at it, I probably should have bought this instead of trying to time the bottom, because this is a beautiful retest, right? We make a bottom, we come in, we retest it, and that's when we hold. So looking back at it in hindsight, this was the trade to buy. This was a lot more riskier than if I just bought this, but I'm just being transparent and honest with you guys. And I even shared it with the group. I was like, hey guys, like this now looks a lot better because we're now holding this. And now before then, like down here, I was targeting 730, but after this happened and we held this low, I realized that this will be the bottom, just like how I thought this would be the bottom here. And I was targeting 750 to 780, basically where we moved all the way back up. I was risking like 15 points to make 60 to 90, which it's basically risking $1 to make like $5-6. An amazing trade, obviously, an amazing opportunity, I should say. So I basically just bought here and bought here again after we started moving back up, and then I sold my first half at 785, just because we rejected it multiple times before. Here, kind of a little bit here, and then here again, and then we broke under it here. So I realized at 785, especially after such a strong pop like this, I sold. I was up around like 80-90 points, whatever, and then the second half of this trade, I actually let it go down on me all the way back down to 685, basically where I got stopped out. Super unfortunate, but the main lesson about this is just respecting your risk, right? I was looking to go much higher, so I sold half just to take some profits, 80-90 points. Never gonna say no to that. And then I was looking to go high. I was looking for like this dip to hold here and for us to like swoop all the way higher. We ended up going down. At this point right here, after it broke the last low, I just had my stop loss set at this candle's low. I got swept. Unfortunately, I got swept, and it moved back up. This was a little bit unfortunate, but I'm not too mad about it because I already made a ton of money off this move. So I only lost like 10 points on the second half, but I could have closed it for 90 points, but it doesn't matter because it could have went lots of times when I scale half. A lot of times it does go a lot higher, and I'll be thankful. So you just can't look at individual trades and be like, dang, I should have sold here, dang, I should have bought here. You have to look at the overall bigger picture. So I just got stopped out here, and maybe I should have added back, somewhere here, or even after a wick back up. But at this point, I was up almost 24,000, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to trade anymore. I made almost $25,000 in the first hour and a half. There's no reason for me to stay any longer. I think the biggest trade I had was the 812 short. I risked around $1,000 or $1,200, and I made close to $10,000 on it. My risk was really small, but it ended up working, really quickly. But yeah, that's basically today's recap. Looking back at it, maybe I should have, tried to buy here, or try to buy here just because of kind of these protected lows at 710. And we have been trying to go long at 710, and then we had the 785 level. By the way, like I didn't see any of this happening earlier. So the 785 level, kind of rejecting it multiple times here. So could have taken a short here, or when it broke this like 710 and target 685. But at this point right here, after this last trade to go long, and then I got stopped out for like negative 10 points here, I just decided to call it a day. So like super quick recap. Bought here, sold here, added my half position back here, sold here, and then a little bit here. Shorted this 812 area, and then covered it at 750, just because of the resistance. And then added the 730 for a small loss. Then added it back when I saw that it was holding, and then I just entered early. Added it back here, and then I just sold all the way up here, and then my other half I sold for like negative 10 points or something. That's it for me. And let me show you guys I shared every single trade live for free, by the way. Let's go. Okay, so bought one half. So here's the pre-market plan, right? I was like, this looks pretty bullish. I'd be targeting 850. If this dips back down to 700, I'd be interested in buying some dips. So the 700 area is when I said I'd be interested in buying some dips. Scaled half at 70. Basically just what I was telling you guys, right? Let's go back. Bought one half size 730. Sold it at 70 for 40 points. Then added the other half. Basically again here. You guys can see it. Let me see. Added the other half here, and sold it for 45 points. I was up 77 all the way at the top, but I obviously didn't sell it. And I shorted 812 up here. Long 730 is when I tried buying these wicks all the way down here, and I lost 20 points on it when it went down to 710. And then I added 709 again. So this is the first. So right as I exited my position, I saw that it held. It wicked back up. I added first half. And then you can see I added the, So the 812 short, sorry, you guys couldn't see. The 812 short, the 730 long, and then when I got stopped out, I added it back at 709. So down here, and then I added back the second, added back the 700, which I let it go down all the way down. And yeah, that was it. I said I'm done. Plus 24,000, and that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. Every trade was shared live for free. I didn't charge a single penny, and I made $24,000 live, and a bunch of my team banked with me for free. But that's it. Yeah. And once you make your money, I highly advise that you guys just leave, just fuck off, right? Just go do whatever with your day. You don't have to stay watching 1 minute candles, for the next 6-7 hours. Just once you get a couple good reads, you make your money, call it a day, and leave. Most traders are able to make money every single day, but what happens is they stay on their computers. They're like, okay, let's make $100 more, let's make $300 more, let's make $1,000 more, and they ended up going break even. They lose, and then they're like, okay, how about this? I just want to go back to what the profit I had before, and I promise I'm gonna leave. And then they end up taking a loss, another loss, and the hole just gets so much bigger. They just dig their own hole, and the hole just gets much bigger. And then when they were up in the beginning, if you leave every day when you're up, you're gonna be profitable every single day. People ask me all the time, like, how do you make money every single day? Well, when I make money, I just leave. I don't stay on my setup the whole day trying to make more money, because you're not gonna be able to make money the whole day. That's the thing. So once you make your money, once you're able to read the market quite nice, just leave. Sorry for the rant, but that's it. That's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. All the entries and exits are right here for one more time. Right there. So 730, added it back, added half back at 54. So right here. Oops, sorry. Added the half back at 54, shorted the 812. Long the 730 for the loss, and then bought 709 and then 700 and then sold at, as you can see here, like I said, I'm not selling it for 30. I'm not selling it for plus 30 points, risking 19 points to make 60.90. And then I skilled half at 85, which is right here. So all of this was given live in real time. But yeah, that was the quick recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be recapping tomorrow, but I'll be trading tomorrow. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. And have a good trading day. Take care, everybody.